Imagine walking into a room and completely forgetting why you're there. You stand frozen for a moment, replaying the steps you just took, only to leave frustrated, your mind blank. Or worse, you're talking to a longtime friend or family member, and their name suddenly escapes you, vanishing into thin air. It's embarrassing, it's scary, and it's happening to millions of people just like you. You might be doing everything right. Eating clean, taking your daily vitamins, exercising, even tackling crossword puzzles and brain games. Yet somehow, your memory still falters. Studies show that nearly 60% of adults over 50 report frequent forgetfulness, mental fog, and memory lapses. The shocking truth? This is not just normal aging. It's not inevitable, and it's not something you simply have to accept. Hidden beneath these frustrating lapses is a secret, one that most doctors never talk about. It's a little-known combination of nutrients, lifestyle factors, and nighttime repair that literally protects your brain from decline, and even helps reverse early forgetfulness. In just a moment, I'll reveal the one nutrient and lifestyle shift that acts like a reset button for your aging brain, helping you recall names, dates, and memories faster than you thought possible. Imagine remembering everything effortlessly again, feeling confident in social situations, and waking up with your mental clarity restored. That secret is closer than you think, and it starts with one small change tonight. Welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most pressing health concerns for anyone over 45. Cognitive decline. Forgetfulness isn't just frustrating, it's scary. You start doubting yourself, questioning your memory, and worrying about the future. That moment when you can't remember a simple word or a familiar face hits differently after 50. It's more than an inconvenience. It shakes your confidence, your independence, and even your sense of identity. As we age, our brains stop responding the way they used to. What worked in your 30s, reading, doing crossword puzzles, or even a solid night's sleep, suddenly seems less effective. Neural connections begin to weaken, blood flow to the brain slows, and low-level inflammation quietly starts damaging the very cells that store your memories. You might notice minor lapses at first, but over months or years, they can accumulate, leaving you feeling mentally foggy or slower than before. But here's the good news. The senior brain secret isn't complicated. You don't need fancy devices, expensive supplements, or memory-boosting apps that promise miracles but rarely deliver. What you really need is a targeted approach, one that focuses on 3 hidden mechanisms your brain relies on: nutrients that repair and fuel neurons, blood flow that feeds them oxygen and energy, and nightly repair processes that flush out toxins and strengthen connections. When you optimize these, your memory, focus, and clarity can improve dramatically, even if you've been struggling for years. Let me give you an example. Ellen, a 67-year-old retired nurse, began noticing she was forgetting appointments, misplacing keys, and even struggling to remember familiar names. She was terrified she was losing her mind. But within weeks of incorporating one simple nutrient and routine change into her daily life, she experienced a noticeable shift. Her mental clarity returned. She remembered names effortlessly, and her family remarked on how alert and engaged she had become, like her brain had woken up overnight. Today, we're going to explore exactly why this happens, uncover the real cause behind memory loss, and walk step by step through the strategies that can help you fight back. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your brain needs to stay sharp, focused, and reliable, so you can stop worrying about forgetfulness and start feeling confident in your memory again. Whether you're noticing small lapses or have been struggling with memory for a while, what we cover today can make a real difference. And the best part? These are simple, practical steps. Nothing complicated or expensive, just science-backed strategies that actually work. So let's begin and uncover the hidden mechanisms that hold the key to a sharper, healthier brain after 45. The problem isn't just forgetting a word here and there. It's a slow, creeping decline that starts subtly, often going unnoticed for months or even years. You might catch yourself rereading the same paragraph in a book, or struggling to remember a name you see every week. Small lapses at first, they gradually grow more frequent and more frustrating. Many seniors assume this is just normal aging. You've probably heard it countless times. Memory loss is inevitable after a certain age. But the truth is far more hopeful. A lot of forgetfulness is preventable, and in many cases, reversible, if the underlying causes are addressed early. It's not about luck, and it's certainly not about fate. It's about understanding how your brain works and what it truly needs. Inside your brain, billions of neurons communicate through chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These tiny electrical and chemical signals are how memories are stored, retrieved, and recalled. Over time, these neurons can lose efficiency due to oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, and reduced blood flow. In simpler terms, your brain's wiring becomes frayed. Messages that used to travel smoothly now get delayed, and memories that once popped into your mind now feel elusive. Another hidden factor is insulin resistance in the brain. Even if you're not diabetic, your brain cells can struggle to absorb and use glucose efficiently. Glucose is your neuron's primary fuel. When they can't use it properly, energy production slows and mental fog sets in. Suddenly, tasks that used to be easy, like recalling a grocery list or remembering a phone number, become challenging. Mini story: Jim, 58, a finance manager, started noticing he couldn't recall client details as quickly as before. He chalked it up to stress at work, but after running some tests, his doctor discovered that his brain glucose metabolism was declining, a hidden issue most people never check until it becomes serious. Once he understood the root cause, he could take steps to address it before the decline worsened. And it's not just glucose. Chronic, low-grade inflammation, triggered by poor diet, disrupted sleep, sedentary habits, and stress, quietly damages brain cells over years. By the time obvious memory issues appear, significant damage may have already accumulated. This invisible assault on your neurons is one reason why memory supplements or brain games alone often provide limited benefit. Many people try memory supplements, brain training apps, or multivitamins, hoping for a quick fix. But most of these focus on superficial symptoms, rather than the deep biological mechanisms your brain relies on to repair itself and maintain optimal function. Without addressing circulation, cellular repair, and nutrient support, these attempts are often like painting over cracks in a dam. It might look better temporarily, but the underlying problem remains. The emotional impact is profound. Frustration, anxiety, and even depression often follow. Seniors may start avoiding social situations because they're embarrassed to forget names or appointments. This isolation, in turn, accelerates cognitive decline. Suddenly, what began as a few memory lapses becomes a cycle of worry, withdrawal, and fading confidence, a vicious circle most people never recognize until it's well advanced. Myth-busting moment. You've been told that memory loss is unavoidable after 50, but the truth is, your brain has a remarkable ability to repair and grow new connections, even in your 60s and 70s, if you give it the right support. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, is real, and it doesn't vanish with age. It's just waiting for the right conditions to activate. Understanding the problem is the first step. Now that we've uncovered why memory fades, it's time to dig deeper, to reveal the hidden truths your brain desperately needs to restore its sharpness. So, what's really happening in your brain behind the scenes? The hidden truth is simpler and more powerful than most people realize. It comes down to two critical factors: blood flow and cellular repair. If oxygen and essential nutrients can't reach your neurons efficiently, your brain starts struggling. Memory falters, focus wavers, and even simple mental tasks feel harder, sometimes no matter how healthy your diet or exercise routine is. One major culprit is reduced nitric oxide in the blood. Nitric oxide is a molecule your body produces naturally that relaxes blood vessels, improving circulation. Without enough of it, even the tiniest blood vessels in your brain constrict, and neurons receive less oxygen and fuel. The result? Mental fog, slowed recall, and even small memory lapses that seem to come out of nowhere. Studies now link low nitric oxide levels directly to cognitive decline, and yet it's rarely discussed in conventional memory advice. The second layer is cellular repair, a process that mostly happens at night while you sleep. Your brain has a built-in cleanup system called the glymphatic system. It works like a washing machine, flushing out toxins that build up during the day. proteins like beta amyloid, which are linked to Alzheimer's, and other cellular debris that can impair memory. If your sleep is disrupted or inflammation is high, this system can't do its job. That's why you can eat well and exercise daily, yet wake up feeling mentally foggy and unfocused. Your brain never got the chance to fully repair itself. Mini story: Susan, 65, seemed like the perfect example of a healthy lifestyle. She exercised daily, ate clean, and her lab results looked great. Yet she constantly felt foggy, forgetting appointments and struggling to focus. After investigating further, she discovered her nitric oxide production was low and her sleep cycles were inconsistent. Once she addressed these two issues with simple, targeted changes, the difference was remarkable. Her recall returned, her mental clarity improved, and she felt like herself again, alert, sharp, and engaged in ways she hadn't in years. In short, the senior brain secret comes down to 3 pillars: circulation, cellular repair, and targeted nutrients. Most memory advice fails because it ignores one or more of these pillars. People focus on superficial solutions like brain games or generic supplements, but without addressing these foundational mechanisms, real improvement is limited. And here's the most encouraging part: you can reverse early memory decline without expensive treatments or complicated interventions. The brain is remarkably plastic, even in your 60s and 70s. It can grow new neurons, strengthen connections, and recover function if you activate the right levers. Before we move to the solution, here's a sobering thought. Millions of seniors are unknowingly harming their brains every day through seemingly harmless habits. Late-night sugar, skipped sleep, poor circulation, or missing key nutrients quietly chip away at memory. But the good news? Even fixing one of these factors can create noticeable improvements within weeks. It's not about overhauling your entire life. It's about knowing where to start, and that's exactly what we'll cover next. Now that we understand the problem and the hidden truths behind memory decline, it's time to talk solutions. The first critical nutrient for senior brain health is L-arginine. This amino acid plays a vital role in boosting nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and dramatically improves blood flow to the brain. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your neurons, supporting faster recall, sharper focus, and improved memory. Think of it as opening up the highways in your brain so information can travel freely and efficiently. How to use it correctly. L-arginine is most effective when taken before bed or after light exercise, times when your body naturally ramps up repair and circulation. One common mistake is taking it in the morning on an empty stomach. This can sometimes cause nausea and actually reduces its effectiveness. Timing is everything when it comes to activating this nutrient's brain-boosting benefits. Mini story. Ellen, the retired nurse we met earlier, incorporated L-arginine into her nightly routine. Within just 2 weeks, she noticed remarkable changes. Names she had trouble recalling popped into her mind effortlessly. She remembered details from conversations she had earlier that day, and her mental clarity felt sharper than it had in years. For her, it was like someone had flipped a switch in her brain. The second powerhouse for brain repair and memory is magnesium threonate. Unlike standard magnesium, this form crosses the blood-brain barrier, directly supporting neural connections, memory consolidation, and learning. It doesn't just relax muscles, it rewires the brain at a cellular level, strengthening the networks your neurons rely on to store and retrieve information. For best results, take magnesium threonate 30 to 60 minutes before bed, ideally with a small healthy snack to improve absorption. A common error is combining it with high doses of calcium at the same time, which can interfere with how your brain absorbs the magnesium. With the right timing, it becomes a powerful tool for nightly brain repair. Example: Jim, the finance manager from earlier, added magnesium threonate to his evening routine. Within 3 weeks, coworkers noticed subtle but remarkable changes. He was more attentive in meetings, recalled details more quickly, and could remember numbers and names effortlessly. Simple improvements that dramatically boosted his confidence and daily performance. But nutrients alone aren't enough. The third essential element is a lifestyle habit: pre-sleep brain stimulation. This can be as simple as gentle cognitive exercises, light reading, or even memory recall games before bed. Activating your neural pathways just before sleep primes your brain for repair. It's like signaling to your neurons, get ready to strengthen connections and clean up toxins, maximizing the effect of the nightly glymphatic system. A bonus tip: pairing these nutrients with deep, uninterrupted sleep amplifies the benefits. Avoid screens, caffeine, and sugar at least 2 hours before bed. This combination ensures your brain is fully oxygenated, nourished, and detoxified while your body is at rest, creating the perfect environment for mental restoration. Put together, these 3 interventions, L-arginine for circulation, magnesium threonate for neural rewiring, and pre-sleep brain stimulation, create a powerful nightly routine that can enhance memory, focus, and mental clarity almost like flipping a switch. Applied consistently, this approach helps reverse early cognitive decline, restore confidence, and make daily mental tasks feel effortless again. Think of it as a 3-step reset system for your brain, one that works with your body's natural rhythms to rebuild memory, sharpen focus, and protect your mind from the creeping effects of aging. Now, let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes most seniors make. Mistakes that silently sabotage memory and accelerate cognitive decline. These are traps that are easy to fall into, but once you recognize them, you can take action and protect your brain. First, ignoring nitric oxide. Many people assume circulation problems only affect the heart or legs, not the brain. But your neurons rely on steady blood flow to receive oxygen and nutrients. Skipping L-arginine or nitrate-rich foods like spinach, beets, or arugula can silently reduce blood flow, slowing memory recall and weakening focus over time. This is a hidden danger because it often goes unnoticed until lapses become obvious. Second, poor sleep hygiene. Late-night sugar, caffeine after mid-afternoon, or inconsistent sleep schedules can disrupt the brain's natural detox system, the glymphatic system. Without proper detoxification, harmful proteins like beta-amyloid accumulate, impairing memory and making mental fog worse. Even small daily habits, like a late snack or scrolling on your phone before bed, can slowly chip away at your memory. Third, missing the right forms of supplements. Not all magnesium is created equal. Magnesium oxide or citrate may relax muscles, but they don't cross the blood-brain barrier effectively. Taking the wrong type or timing it incorrectly wastes both time and money, and your neurons miss out on the repair and rewiring they need each night. Mini story. A 66-year-old viewer had been taking magnesium citrate for months with little effect. She was frustrated and worried that her memory would never improve. Once she switched to magnesium threonate and paired it with L-arginine at night, the results were remarkable. Within weeks, she noticed improved recall, clearer thinking, and an overall sharper mind. Simple, targeted changes made all the difference. Warning: this is where most people go wrong. They think any supplement, taken haphazardly, will fix cognitive decline. In reality, timing, form, and combination are critical. Without addressing these factors, even the best supplements can fail. There are also hidden saboteurs that many overlook: excessive sugar, refined carbohydrates, chronic stress, and sedentary habits. Each of these quietly damages neurons, slows blood flow, and reduces your ability to recall even simple information. They are like invisible leaks in a mental engine, silently sapping performance day after day. The truth is, if you continue these habits, no amount of brain games, generic vitamins, or memory apps will stop decline. The secret is not treating symptoms, flipping a mental switch here or there, but targeting the root causes that drive memory loss. Once you address circulation, sleep, and targeted nutrients, your brain can start repairing itself, and memory can improve even after decades of subtle decline. Recognizing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to do. The next step is taking action with the right nutrients and habits, which is exactly what we'll cover in our final section. The ultimate strategies and tips to protect and restore your memory. To wrap up, let's recap the senior brain secret. First, improve circulation with L-arginine, giving your neurons the oxygen and nutrients they need to function at their best. Second, strengthen and rewire neural connections with magnesium threonate, ideally taken before bed to maximize the brain's nightly repair processes. Third, gently stimulate your brain in the evening through memory recall, light reading, or simple cognitive exercises to activate pathways just before repair. And always protect your sleep. This is when the real magic happens. Nighttime isn't just rest. It's your brain's prime opportunity to clean up toxins, consolidate memories, and strengthen connections. Here's a bonus tip. Add nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach, beetroot, or arugula to your evening meal. These foods naturally support nitric oxide production, improving blood flow to the brain while you sleep. It's a simple, natural way to amplify the effects of your nightly routine and wake up sharper, more focused, and alert. Countless seniors who applied these small, consistent changes reported dramatic improvements. They recalled names, details, and even long-forgotten memories faster and easier than they had in years. One viewer shared that after just 3 weeks of following this routine, she could hold conversations with family without panic over forgotten words, a confidence boost she hadn't felt in decades. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these supplements or habits have you been taking wrong? Have you been skipping sleep, mistiming your magnesium, or overlooking circulation support? Share your experience in the comments below. I read every single one and respond personally. Your story could help another viewer take control of their memory too. And if you found this video valuable, don't stop here. In our next video, we'll reveal the hidden sleep hormone that seniors can optimize to double memory recall overnight. It's a little-known factor that has already transformed the mental clarity of hundreds of viewers, and you won't want to miss it. Remember, memory loss is not inevitable. With the right nightly routine, targeted nutrients, and lifestyle habits, your brain can stay sharp, focused, and vibrant for decades to come. The secret isn't complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. It's about consistency, timing, and supporting your brain's natural repair processes. Thank you for watching. Take the first step tonight. Optimize your sleep, boost circulation, and give your brain the nutrients it craves. Even one small change can create a ripple effect, improving your memory, focus, and confidence. The secret is simpler than you think, and it works if you follow through. Your sharper, clearer mind is waiting.